I was hungry, so
Well, how do you do, buckaroos? How the heck are you? So I had some time alone. My wife wasn't home, so I thought I'd do an unexpected live video. I invited a handful of folks in. I don't know if anybody will show up or not because I mean, you know, I didn't plan this at all. That's why I called it Unplanned, Unexpected, Uncensored, Unrated, and in my underwear. Anyway, because even though I am wearing a shirt, as you can see, below is just my boxer briefs, my friends. So I'm pouring my very last Piney River Raise a Ruckus Imperial Stout. It's an Imperial Stout. Excuse me, my eyes went funky on me there for a second. That also uses coffee beans and vanilla beans. So there you go. So we got coffee and vanilla in a great big 10.8%, 80 IBU Imperial Stout. Like that backdrop behind me, looks like I'm hanging out over a bridge, man. I wish it was live just like this. I took those pictures the other day for going over a bridge. I just snapped a few shots to see how it'd come out, and I just made a backdrop of it. Looks like I'm standing there over a bridge, man. Anyways, I love the aromas of this beer, right? Great big roasted barley notes. Roasted barley itself could give you chocolate notes, it can give you dark chocolate notes, it can give you coffee flavors. But this, again, adds coffee, it adds vanilla, and that really gives it a lot of dimension because the flavors of chocolate and coffee that the roasted barley might give you hits you on a different place on the palate than the coffee added does. The nose is like a big, beautiful, I'm going to say medium roast coffee. It doesn't have that bitter dark roast thing going on. You certainly get hints of vanilla. You certainly feel that roasted barley too. Chug a boom, baby. What's really wonderful about this beer is the texture, though. It's just velvety. It's just creamy. It's just smooth. It's just wow. I doubt if they have. I don't know if they've got this on tap at the brewery or not. In fact, I probably won't get a chance to get there even if they do. But I would love to have this on tap out there. I would love to have this nitro. If they had this on a nitro, that'd be freaking awesome, man. Because it would even round those flavors out even more. Oh, wowzer. So again, the first thing you notice are those big roasted barley notes, right? And you got this just incredible creamy mouthfeel that leads into these. At first, it starts out as light, kind of a, I'm not going to say milk chocolate, kind of a semi-sweet chocolate, let's say, and then it kind of works into more of a much darker chocolate. The vanilla, though, just adds this creamy feel from the top of your sip to the end of your sip. It kind of works its way all the way through it all, and that's why this beer is just darn amazing. I would love to see this, barrel aged in, anything. Barrel, rye barrel, rum barrel. My first thought is bourbon barrel, right? But this already is very rich. The bourbon barrel would add some toffee to it, maybe some more vanilla, probably some sweetness. But again, if you kind of did something different, added the rye barrel to it, it would add some spicy notes to it that could contrast all of what it already has going on, which would be interesting as well. I think rum barrel would be very interesting. A brandy barrel, because brandy barrel may add fruit notes to make it almost mimic kind of a great big quad. Excuse me. I think again along that same vein, a port barrel. I think this beer in a port barrel would be chug a boom, or sherry barrel. Sherry barrel, yeah, that's it. That's the thing. Anyway, if my friends at Piney River ever watch me, that's my session, y'all. Oh, wowzer, this is good. I don't plan on doing a long version. I usually do about a 30-minute session anyway. A session I call, through the course of a beer. And I didn't talk to anybody ahead of time, so I honestly don't expect anybody to join me. I just thought I'd go live since my wife wasn't home, but then she showed up before I didn't expect her home. Man, I got caught in my underwear. At least I wasn't watching porn and eating Cheetos, Porn and Cheetos, it takes a while to scrub that orange off. I'll tell you what. Anyways, I digress. Oh gosh, this beer is just fantastic, though. It's funny. It is the time of the year for an imperial stout. It really is. Typically, uh, last year at this time in the Ozarks, I was freezing my nipples off. I mean, it was so cold, I glass with my nipples, and now it's like 70. So it just been crazy. So even though it's the time of the year for a beer like this, it's not really the weather for it. But I was in the mood for it. I've been drinking a lot of lighter stuff. Like I said, I just wanted to drink this last one while I did kind of this impromptu live video for no other reason than it's still a free country. I'm taking advantage of it while it is. And until the fascists take over. I'm waiting for that knock on my door to take me away, man. Waiting for those McCarthy-like hearings to start any day now. Quite frankly, if I don't get taken away, I'll be offended. I ain't scared. Anyways, you're drifting, Tom. You're drifting. I know, man. I do that sometimes. So back to the beer, right? The more this warms, the longer you let this sit, the more aromatic it becomes. The smoother the notes become on the palate as well. When it's colder, I'm not going to say it loses anything, but the flavors are sharper. When it warms up, the flavors tend to meld together more. So how you like this really is going to depend on how you like to, where you like to taste those flavors. Personally, I like to start a beer like this a little bit colder than it needs to be because I like to feel those changes. But I'm guessing probably the optimal temperature for a beer like this is going to be from 55 to 60. Some might even say 60 to 65, but I'm going to say 55 to 60 is really going to be probably where it's at its absolute best. But I typically a bit of a rebel, man. I like to start a little colder just because I like to see how it changes. I want to see how it is a little bit colder than it should be, just to see what happens as it warms. Oh, French fries. Oh, mercy, that's here. Uh, I don't know what to say, man. It's tasty. Uh, oh, wowzer. Like that backdrop behind me, man. Almost looks real, man. Almost looks like you're outside by the bridge having a beer, man. If you couldn't see the TV lines, I might be able to try to fool you, but That's what Table Rock Lake near? Yeah, that's Table Rock Lake along Kimberling City in the Ozarks. The Ozarks region encompasses southwest Missouri into northwest Arkansas. I technically live in southwest Missouri, although for about the last year only on the weekends. And I work in northwest Arkansas. Come back to my neck of the woods on weekends. Uh, but it's a nice lake out there. I just we have to be driving on that bridge. I'm gonna drive, take a picture. I should have started a little sooner though. It didn't cross my mind to do so until we were over halfway through the bridge. So I got a few shots and I got the coastline there. But anyways, so I'm almost through here. So I'm not going to run this session any longer. Apparently nobody could break free, man. That's okay. I didn't expect anybody to join, but I thought I'd just throw one out there real fast. Finish this last beer. Let's have a chit chat. Oh goodness. I will tell you though, early on I was noticing the coffee bigger. I was noticing the coffee a lot. And as I've let this sit more, some of those chocolate notes imparted from that barley have kind of worked in there with the coffee. Also, the vanilla notes have become more apparent as well. I've noticed the more it warms, the more vanilla I'm tasting. So there you go. Uh, Biscuits, that's tasty. I love Putney River. There's some great stuff out there. They are getting some notice. I mean, they're out in the middle of nowhere. They're really a destination. I mean, I wouldn't go out there for just one flight because there's nothing else. Well, actually, that's not even true anymore. How far is Rolla? See, St. James or Rolla from Piney River? About 45 minutes. You get to that St. James in about 45. Yeah, it used to be in that neck of the woods, but now the Public House Brewery has a brewery in Rolla, Missouri, and at St. James, which both I think is probably about an hour either direction, whichever way you want to hit. And on the weekends, they're only typically open Friday, Saturday, Sunday, but there's Wages Brewery in West Plains. So, I mean, they're not necessarily super close where you can, get to them right away, but there are a couple others within about an hour from Piney now. But when Piney first opened, I mean, there wasn't a darn thing in that neck of the woods. And the first time I went there, I mean, you have to actually get on a dirt road or gravel road to get there. You're going, holy crap. You start hearing banjos playing, your sphincter tightens up, and holy crap, I'm going to get violated, man. Anyways, I am trying to beer whisper. Oh. Live, unplanned, unexpected. No loogies, man. Live, unplanned, unexpected, uncensored, unrated, and in my underwear. I am Tom the Beer Whisperer. Ah, damn. I am Tom the Beer Whisperer. Prolific beer drinker. Purveyor of Wisdom. And all around good guy. Y'all have a good one.